Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today I'm trying to take you to a cadre which is known as General Service PCSL Record Officer cadre. Gentlemen, from Sepoy to officer, the pride and legacy of record officers of the Indian Army. We'll be talking on that today. In the proud history of the Indian Army, there are warriors who rise not by privilege but by perseverance. They begin their journey as a Sepoy. Soldiers of grit and courage, and through years of hard work, discipline and learning, they earn the stars on their shoulders. These are the general service officers from the record officers cadre, the silent pillars who manage the lifeblood of the army, its men. From Sepoy to scholar, their story starts at the very roots of the army. They know what it means to live in barracks. They know to serve in field areas and to work shoulder to shoulder with the Jawans. Unlike NDA or CDS and other entities of the Indian Army, their path is built on years of experience, consistent excellence, and deep understanding of the system. While serving, they improve their education, upgrade their professional skills, and prepare for the toughest test of all, the long demanding process that can elevate a Sepoy to an officer. The hardest selection in the army. Ladies and gentlemen, the selection process for record officers is one of the toughest in the Indian Army, starting at company level, then battalion, brigade, division, finally corps, and then command headquarters before reaching the SSB. They are tested not just for knowledge but for leadership, maturity, integrity. The success rate is, gentlemen, less than 1%. Fewer than 1 in 100 make it, proving their battle against odds tougher than NDA or CDS. They earn their stars, sweat, study, and service. They are the custodians of every soldier's life. Once commissioned, these officers shoulder one of the most sensitive responsibilities in the entire army, managing the careers of thousands of soldiers. From recruitment to retirement, they ensure that every promotion, posting, training, course, and pay detail is recorded with precision. They maintain property returns of family details and nominations. And when a soldier retires, they prepare his pension documents and resettlement details. Every file they handle represents a life dedicated to the nation. Service beyond service, friend, if you call it, it's not be wrong. But their duty does not end with uniform, friends. Even after retirement, record officers continue to serve, adopting hundreds of ex-servicemen and martyrs' families. They guide them through pension issues, write letters to CDA, PA, pay account office and records, and ensure that the families of soldiers are never left in distress. They serve till their last breath, not for rank or reward, but for respect. They are the backbone of the Indian Army. Senior officers of the Indian Army take great pride in interaction with the record officers. Their insight and knowledge help shape recruitment policies, HR reforms, and conditions of service, friends. They are the invisible bridge between command and ranks, between policy and people. They deliver results quietly, efficiently, and honestly, often without any external pressure, without public appreciation, but with full dedication. Friend, integrity in the face of adversity is one of the best quality in the record officer. Recently, unfortunate remarks were made by Colonel Mukul Dev, a former officer turned lawyer, against the record officer's cadre. The comments were not only misplaced but deeply disrespectful to those who have served the army with utmost integrity. It is understood that the controversy began when a record officer refused to manipulate official records, choosing truth over pressure and honesty over favor. Such officers uphold the sanctity of this system. The frustration of one individual cannot define the character of an entire cadre that has built its reputation on trust and ethics. Colonel Mukul Dev owes public apology to the record officers fraternity for his unwarranted remarks, not just for the officers but for the values the army stands for. guardians of the regimental legacy they are. Every regiment takes pride in its record office, the keeper of its heritage. Behind every gallantry award, every pension case, and every service record stands record officer, ensuring accuracy and honor. They maintain data for up to 50 years, safeguarding the service legacy of generations of soldiers. In their hands, the army's memory lives on. The true definition of leadership, if you want to see in the record officer. True leadership is not about power, it's about purpose. Record officers lead by example with humility, honesty, and hard work. They are respected not because of their stars, but because of their service. They inspire others by showing that excellence comes from consistency, not privilege. The legacy lives on, dosto, through decades of service. The record officers of the Indian Army have upheld the highest traditions of duty and integrity. They are the silent sentinels who ensure that every soldier's contribution is remembered, every family is cared for, and every document tells the truth. The legacy is not written in medals, it's written in the lives they touch, the systems they strengthen, and the trust they sustain. Every record officer, past, present, and future. The nation salutes you, my dear friends. You are the strength behind the uniform, the conscience behind the command, and the soul behind the system. From Sepoy to officer, your journey is not just a promotion, it's a legacy of perseverance, purpose, and pride. Jai Hind.